And good evening and welcome to today, Wednesday, March 28th edition of Eyes on the Skies. Today we experienced much above average temperatures, but will these stick around much longer or will we have rain moving in the forecast? We'll have much more and a special guest tonight as Eyes on the Skies starts now.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV. Broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa, this is Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television show brings you the weather around the country, in Iowa, Ames, and beyond. The Iowa State Meteorology Department's team of forecasters keeps you ahead of the next weather system. Eyes on the Skies starts now.
Welcome back to Eyes on the Skies. I am joined by a very special guest, Matt Hoffman, tonight. You are a graduate, but
I am.
You came back to visit since the conference is here in the Metro. And
yeah, Big Storms Conference. Looking forward to it. I mean, the past year has just been insane for severe weather across the country, from down in the deep south and Joplin. So it'll be very interesting. But it's great to be back here at Iowa State. It's
sort of a throwback for you.
It is. I was back last year around this time, and just this is my second year kind of out of college, and it's weird to be back. But this studio looks great, and the show looks like it's doing well. So
we're glad you came here.
Yeah.
So, but we have much to talk about, like maybe a severe chance of thunderstorms on Thursday night.
Maybe. I've been watching this Clipper system that's going to come through. It's not the strongest system as opposed to this system earlier this week. You know, those winds the other day were just insane across the area. But especially, if you don't know, I'm up in Eau Claire in western Wisconsin, so it's a little bit to the north, but we've been warm as well as you guys have.
Yeah, we had some wind reports around 35, 40 miles per hour wind gusts.
Really? I think we had a 53 mile per hour wind gust was the highest up there, and there were brush fires, but
you know, those winds have been kicking up those temperatures, which people haven't been complaining about, because all across Central Campus and everything, people have been tanning and whatnot, but this nice weather should stick around much longer. But we'll send it over to Kristy and talk to her. And do you think this will last much longer?
Well, you know, we'll have that information in the extended forecast later, so we won't give that quite away just yet, but we can at least go ahead and look at that day planner for tomorrow to at least let you figure out if things are going to last through tomorrow. So there it is. Tonight, midnight, 50 degrees. We're going to have winds about 7 to 9 miles per hour. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., 44 degrees, winds about 10 to 12 miles per hour. By 3 p.m. tomorrow, there's that slight chance for a thunderstorm. It's about 30% right now, 65 degrees. So you could see those showers tomorrow, but otherwise you're going to see some pretty sunny skies.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of a change from today, but
but
not
a little
too bad.
slight cool down. But all right, well, thank you, Kristy.
Absolutely.
We're going to send it to a break, and when we come back, we're going to give Matt a chance to do the weather news. But for now, we're going to send it to break. Stay tuned. And welcome back to Eyes on the Skies. We're going to send it over to Matt at the wall for weather news.
Thanks, Zach. We have a lot to talk about as far as the weather goes. It's just been a month of just craziness here in March. We've seen very record temperatures across pretty much the entire central portion of the United States. We had a couple records, I know, up in the Eau Claire area yesterday with the very hot temperatures, at least temperatures getting up in the 70s. But now we are going to see a bit of a rainmaker coming our direction as we go on into tomorrow night and then Friday, especially for here in Iowa. But across the Midwest, we're going to see some rain showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms. And the severe weather is also potential for portions of the Great Plains as well for tomorrow. But also, another warm-up is coming on the weekend. But there's going to be short warm-ups. Yesterday, we saw a quick warm-up, then we cooled back down. Then we're going to see another quick warm-up here for the weekend. Another cool down. So that's more how March should go, not some big 2-week-long heat wave like what we saw the past couple weeks. But then we have another storm system to watch. That's what will cool us down as we go on into Monday. Extended forecast, had to throw on Eau Claire there. Here's that rain chance for Thursday into Friday. Nothing severe for us up there. 52 degrees on Friday. And then up to 66 on Saturday. So we start that incline in temperatures as we go towards Sunday. 78 degrees. I wouldn't be surprised if we get up near 80 degrees across the western Wisconsin area. So impressive. And as we go on to Monday, that's that bigger system that will move through and cool us down. Probably going to be another wind maker as well, like what we saw earlier this week. Out Louisville, Kentucky, you can see temperatures very mild, and I just went past that one. Not used to this guy anymore, I guess. Convective outlook looking like this for day one. We can see a little bit of a thunderstorm risk down towards the south, a slight risk for Kansas into Missouri. Also through the Appalachians area heading towards the mid-Atlantic region could be at risk, at least, of a few storms. Then the focus turns more towards the central portion of the United States from Nebraska all the way down to Missouri. Cities included would be Omaha, Kansas City, all at a risk for some thunderstorms, and also some of those could be severe. Hotspot, though, has been the west. It's really been the pattern here the past couple of months. We've seen cooler conditions in the west and a big ridge off here in the central portion of the United States. That's allowed all the record heat, but we're going to see system after system coming through the west, and that's why our little friend Puddle Ducky is here, because we are going to see plenty of rainfall for places that are kind of used to it climatologically. Over in Seattle all the way to Portland, going to see plenty of rain the next several days. With that, we'll send it right back to Zach.
Let's take a look at today's trivia question, shall we? In lieu of Severe Weather Awareness Week, which is next week, how many inches of moving water does it take before it knocks you off your feet? Is it A, 2 inches, B, 4 inches, C, 6 inches, or D, 8 inches? No matter how much you look at it, that is a small amount of water to move you off your feet. But for now, let's send it over to Sam from National Weather.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Meteorologist Sam Schreier bringing you your national weather. Just a smidgen late on the camera there. It was just a great day because we got an alumni back in the forecast, and he brought us some nice news. And I hope to keep that going for the Midwest. So let's look at your current temperatures. Very warm next to that ridge. We got parked up right above the Midwest. 70s mostly across the middle of the United States. 80s down south the East Coast. A little colder with 40s. Up near Vermont, New Hampshire, and those places, but actually rather nice all across the country. Just beautiful. This is that jet stream I talked about, that ridge pattern setting up just above the Rockies and such, giving us that nice weather just all along the Midwest, with the East Coast also sitting under a bit of a ridge pattern themselves. Very calm mostly over the state, except for a little system off to the west. And there it is, that little rain, which will be moving its way across the Midwest. Sorry, bringing with it some rain. Got a couple lows sitting here in the Midwest and some rain chances that Thursday night. Those will pass through as that cold front hadn't worked its way through. But otherwise, at least tonight, it's still very nice out. Now, our 6 to 10 day temperatures, we're going to be above average, most of the western mid-United States, and then a little colder there on the East Coast. But again, we're still way above normal for your March averages, so you're still getting quite a treat. And then our 6 to 10 day precipitations, wet over on the western coast, Oregon, Seattle, those places, although they're always wet because they're on the right next to the ocean. They're used to it by now. Dry conditions, though, across much of the Midwest, extending all the way into the East Coast. And just very nice all across the U.S. Sorry, and that's all for weather. Now back to the desk with Zach.
Thanks, Sam. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have more with Kristy with your Iowa segment, and I'll give you that trivia question. Stay tuned as Size Eyes on the Skies continues after this break. And welcome back on the Size Eyes on the Skies. Let's take a look at your trivia question for your recap. The recap for Severe Weather Awareness Week, which is next week, how many inches of moving water does it take before it knocks you off your feet? Is it A, 2 inches, B, 4 inches, C, 6 inches, or D, 8 inches? And the answer is C, 6 inches, which is not a lot of water before it knocks you off your feet. But with that, let's send it over to Kristy with your Iowa.
I will definitely have to agree. That is not a lot of water to knock you off your feet. But let's look at Iowa weather. I don't think we're quite going to get 6 inches of rain, so you won't quite have to worry about getting knocked off your feet anytime soon. But we can definitely look at today's forecast. So today we had 69 degrees as the high. The normal is about 51, so that's definitely above normal. The record is up to 81, so that's kind of warm. Glad we didn't quite hit that. That would have not been fun today because it's still only March. Current conditions, 66 degrees here in Ames. Winds are pretty light, 6 to 8 miles an hour out of the north. If we take a look across the state, we're seeing about the same patterns, about upper 60s for most of the state, sunny and clear skies. So things are looking wonderful for much of the state of Iowa. So let's look at tonight, 42 degrees, 6 to 8 mile an hour winds again. So it's going to be pretty calm, not too cold, not too warm. And then for tomorrow, we have a chance of thunderstorms. It's about 30%, winds about 10 to 18 miles an hour. Those are out of the southeast. A little bit windier tomorrow, 67 degrees as your high. Take a look at the extended forecast for the rest of this week. There's that slight chance of rain again for tomorrow. Again, that's about 30%. And then as we look into the rest of the week and the weekend, you're seeing highs in the upper 70s, warming up to almost 80 on Sunday. So that is going to be nice and toasty on Sunday, April 1st.
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day, but yet that's not really going to be an April
I was
Fool's.
going to say, are you pranking them right now? It's really going to be awful because that is just awful of you, actually.
I'm not. I thought about it, but I didn't.
Well,
So
that'd be
it's
fun to
actually
do.
legitimately going to be about 80 degrees on April 1st.
Maybe another chance of severe weather we were looking at earlier in the map room today.
Yes, maybe, but I mean, it's a long ways out. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, it
so
is.
there's a lot of time to change, and you can't get too anxious for something like that this early.
I know. We need more tornadoes. Go chase it. We need tornado
Yeah,
chasing.
we need more of
So
that.
it's not even April yet,
Well,
so,
I know,
you
but
know.
we haven't been very active if you look at it, I guess.
At least up in this portion of the
Yeah.
country. Definitely, it has been quiet up here, but it's definitely been warm. I think that's just been the big story from the past couple of months.
Unseasonably warm, 20, 30 degrees above the normals.
It's really going to be interesting to see at the end of this month, which is coming up here, like you mentioned, how many states, how many cities are going to break their all-time record warm March?
Well, we've got these instances where cities' low temperatures have beaten the record high for this time of year.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, which is just
Or the
unheard
average,
of.
at least.
For the average, yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, it's so different from what we were talking about last year at this time. Last year, there were winter storms. A week ago, we kind of not celebrated, but kind of remembered we had a tower. Our transmitter tower fell down
Oh, yeah,
from a
I
winter storm.
remember that.
2,000-foot tower. The thing crashed to the ground, sent us off air. We have a new tower now. It's beautiful. But it's just, we were talking about something totally different. We were talking about snow, cold, and now this year we've been talking about record highs and beautiful weather, and no one's been complaining at us, so that's always nice.
Yeah. And I know it's more enjoyable to walk class to class, but it makes it harder to study when temperatures are, and you see a lot
Bring
more.
the books outside.
Well, I know, but you see a lot more people tanning outside instead of studying.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Wonderful
doing
view
there.
out the windows lately.
Does she live in an all-male dorm, though?
No.
Does it exist here? No.
No.
There's an all-girl dorm in there.
There's
Yeah.
a couple, yeah.
It's over by me,
Oh, okay.
so I know. So,
Convenient.
yes, and then they lay out in the field, and it's okay. But this is a meteorology show, not a.
I mean, last April, the beginning of April, we actually saw a snowstorm.
Yeah.
It didn't last for very long, but it still snowed. It was still on the ground, and then it melted. So, we can't completely rule it out, even though it's been so warm, but it seems a little bit more unlikely.
That's true. It could happen. The system on Monday, again, we mentioned how it's kind of a ways away. But, yeah, it is a ways away, but some of the models have been showing maybe there's enough cold air, maybe not so much in Iowa, but up towards our neck of the woods.
You
to get
guys
snow.
might get some snow.
And even if it doesn't snow, if it gets really cold, everything's budding. Everything's doing it a lot earlier than last year. And we saw earlier this week over in Ohio, New York, they had this deep freeze, and that could mean billions of dollars lost for, orchard growers, and it's just,
It would not be
it's
good.
crazy.
One thing you mentioned at least is it's going to be a real wind nasty storm too. With how, especially it's been windier March than I kind of remember.
Yeah.
Seems like, at least around Iowa.
It's been a very mild wind, but yeah, I mean, usually this time of year we do get these systems that, can really wind up and get the winds going, but we've just been winding up with very warm temperatures, which has been a crazy thing, but yeah.
You enjoy coming back, Matt?
I do. This is the longest running show on ISU TV. I want people to know that. 'cause
Longest
they may
running
not know
episodic
that.
television show.
I think season 12 this is. So
How many years is that?
It's 12. I think
Well,
it's been 12.
season,
Well,
No, you might have missed it. That's okay. No, I love coming back here, and I'm excited next year to come back because I hear we might have some cool changes coming to the show, and you all deserve it. You guys are doing a great job.
You are a
I'm just
treat
glad you guys
to
want
have
come
back.
Yeah.
you are like the cherry atop a sundae. Just wonderful.
There's too much praise going on. There's too much. But no, it's going. It looks like it's going well here, and hopefully you guys have some more exciting weather to talk about here.
Well,
Year.
I tell you what. The next time you're back, hopefully we should be with some new and improved graphics machine,
Which
could help break in.
and that is much needed. So if you think the show is awesome now, well, it's just going to get a
We
whole lot
just
more.
wait.
I mean, it's gonna
You
be
just wait till we shed about 300 pounds of awful from this show. And that new graphics machine.
dump it off the ground. I mean,
And
that's
have
what
another
you should do.
another 12 years of size.
Another 12 years
Oh,
of
yeah.
even better excellence.
Yeah, and then we'll get another graphic machine.
Yes, and then we'll get another graphics machine, and the cycle will repeat.
Maybe we'll go HD by then too.
Oh, that's
That's
pushing
frustrating.
it.
Yeah. Well,
You never know.
in 12 years, HD will be like the thing of the past.
I know.
Well, you never know.
Could be.
You want to wrap it up for tonight?
Oh, me? Oh, this guy?
Well,
okay.
I just wanted.
Well, no.
I didn't know if you were done.
Oh, why not for nostalgia purposes? Okay. Well, for Kristy, Zach, Sam, and myself, thanks for joining us on Size Eyes. These guys are going to be back next week.
We'll be back.
Join us then. Not me. Yeah.